Intro.
Seymour Skinner, Achizothorax, sits at his desk, looking stressed. Marvin, the paranoid android, a holographic entity, floats nearby.
Sothrax, you look disturbingly like a mortal today.
V-Colf, Marvin. I've got Chalmers coming for lunch. Can't you see?
Superintendent Chalmers, Achexith, enters carrying a basket.
Greetings, Zothrax, my dear. And what troubles the great Skinner today?
Exit. It's the students. They've been acting. Most unmemorable.
Ah, the curse of youth. But worry not, my love. I've brought us a feast to take our minds off their insignificance.
He pulls out a steaming platter covered in delicious-looking Carpinus.
Exit. You always know how to make things better. Let us feast and forget the troubles of these unimportant beings.
They both sit down to eat, Marvin watching over them with a mix of amusement and concern. They both freeze, looking at each other as if they've been caught. Marvin chuckles.
It seems even the ancient demonic language cannot hide your affection, Zothrax and Exith.
V-Colf, Marvin. Let us eat and pretend we don't know what you're talking about.
They continue eating, blissfully ignoring Marvin's comments.
V-Colf. My Carpinus. How could you betray me like this?
He picks up the burnt platter with burnt Carpinus, examining it with a mix of disappointment and anger.
This is disastrous. I'll never be able to face Exit with this.
He slams the platter down on the counter, causing dishes to rattle.
I'll be laughed at. I'll be seen as weak. I'll be the laughingstock of the entire realm.
He kneels down, burying his face in his hands.
What am I to do? How can I salvage this? I've failed, Exit. I've failed myself.
He sighs deeply, feeling the weight of his failures crushing him.
If only there was a way. If only there was a solution. If only. Trails off.
He sits there lost in thought, as the kitchen falls silent.
The window scene.
Skinner stands by the window, gazing out at the world below, a look of deep contemplation on his face. The burnt platter of Carpinus sits dejectedly on the counter, a constant reminder of his failure. As he peers out the window, his eyes light upon a vendor selling fromage blanc. A gleam of inspiration comes over him.
Behold the fromage blanc, a savior in disguise.
He ponders for a moment, then comes up with a cunning plan.
By the fire of V-Colf, I shall have that fromage blanc, and it shall replace the...
He dashes out of the room, determined to acquire the fromage blanc at any cost.
Steer and Chalmers refer to each other only using nicknames like a couple would. However, all of the nicknames are from an ancient demonic language.
Vexolf, my dear Zothrax, what troubles thee so? Amused by the fire of V-Colf, thou art a cunning one, my love. Go and obtain that fromage blanc, and let us feast.
The getting caught scene.
Chalmers enters the kitchen, finding Skinner standing by the counter, a burnt platter of Carpinus in front of him.
In Exith, my dear Zothrax.
Why is this charred disaster before me?
V-Colf, Exith. It is not what it seems. 'Tis but steam, I assure thee.
By the fires of V-Colf, I fear I detect the scent of smoke, not steam.
Marvin floats nearby, a smirk playing on his holographic features.
Vicolf, Zothrax, Exith, thou art a master of tall tales, but this one may be thy undoing.
Self, Marvin. Thou art mistaken. I shall prove it to thee, I swear.
Skinner grabs a spoon, dips it into the burnt remains, and takes a whiff.
I may have exaggerated. 'Tis indeed smoke, but fear not. Exith, I shall remedy this.
He pulls out a can of compressed steam from under the counter, spraying it onto the burnt Carpinus.
If, my love, thou art a cunning one. Let's feast.
They sit down to eat, Marvin watching over them with a mix of amusement and concern. As they eat, Skinner notices something odd about the fromage blanc. He looks at Chalmers, who meets his gaze with a knowing smile.
Exith, my dear, there seems to be a surprise in the fromage blanc.
By the fires of the Kulf, it seems our little joke hath worked.
It turns out Chalmers had switched the fromage blanc with a plate of raw Carpinus, planning to reveal the switch later.
Skinner and Chalmers refer to each other only using nicknames like a couple would. However, all of the nicknames are from an ancient demonic language.
The wrong meal scene.
The scene opens in the dining room, where everyone is seated. Chalmers, Exith, and Skinner, Zothrax, are present along with several other guests.
Zothrax? Is this fromage blanc?
Indeed. I was looking forward to that delicious Carpinus. This doesn't quite seem to be the same.
Self, my dear ones, 'tis but a regional dialect. In the land of these Exerf, fromage blanc is known as Carpinus.
Zothrax, I'm not sure I believe that. Fromage blanc and Carpinus have quite distinct tastes.
By the fires of the Kulf, thou art a cunning one, my love. Thy trickery hath succeeded once more.
Exit. I must say, I find this fromage quite delightful. I may have to venture to Zegzerth and sample their Carpinus.
I concur. This may be a happy mistake.
Vexolf, my loves, I am glad thou art pleased. I shall make sure to bring more fromage blanc, Carpinus from Zegzerth in the future.
Everyone continues to enjoy their meal, laughing and conversing, while Skinner and Chalmers share a knowing glance.
Vexolf, Exith, there's a dewbow in the kitchen.
By the fires of the Kulf, why is this dewbow thou speakest of, my love?
A dewbow? In the kitchen? That doesn't seem possible.
An Exith, fear not. 'Tis but a simple dewbow. I shall put it out at once.
By the fires of the Kulf, I fear I must see this dewbow for myself.
To Vexolf, Exith, I cannot let thee. 'Tis dangerous, I assure thee.
By the fires of the Kulf, I must see this dewbow for myself. I shall not be swayed.
As Chalmers approaches the kitchen, Skinner frantically tries to stop him. Chalmers enters the kitchen and discovers a small cake on fire. He looks back at Skinner with a mix of amusement and exasperation.
By the fires of the Kulf, my love, thou hast been baking a dewbow.
Exith, I did not mean to deceive thee. I merely wished to save face.
But in the future, let us be honest with each other.
They both laugh and return to the dining room, leaving the cake burning in the kitchen. The farewell scene.
My dear Zothrax, your Carpinus was truly a feast fit for the god.
Zothrax indeed. So divine.
And by the fires of Vikulf, I see smoke billowing from the house. Is this, a dewbow? Zothrax.
My loves, 'tis but a simple dewbow. I shall put it out at once.
As Skinner attempts to extinguish the fire, it becomes clear that it is not a dewbow but a full-blown blaze.
Zothrax, I fear your house may be in danger.
Exit I. I must call the fire department. I.V. Culf, I am sorry. I promise to make it right.
By the fires of V. Culf, my love, I shall help thee. Let us stand together, Zothrax.
With that, Chalmers takes Skinner's hand and they stand back, facing the flames, ready to face whatever comes next. The guests watch in awe as the two, now known as Vixulth and Zothrax, stand united against the fiery onslaught. As the fire department arrives, the flames are put out and the house is saved.
By the fires of evil, we shall rebuild, my love. Together we shall face any challenge.
Exit, my dear. I am grateful for your support. I could not have done it without you.
The guests begin to disperse, wishing the couple well.
Farewell, Vexolf and Zothrax. May your love continue to burn brightly.
May your house be rebuilt quickly, and may your bond grow stronger.
May you face many more challenges together, and may you always stand by each other's side.
Vixulth and Zothrax share a knowing glance, their bond stronger than ever.